Most people think the main difference between a beginner and a pro MMA fighter is power, but it's not. It's what happens between the punches, the timing, the footwork, the control. In this video, we'll put beginners, intermediates, and pros side by side to expose the tiny habits that make champions look superhuman. Let's start from the ground up with the beginners. Very common at the beginner level is how every strike is a full body commitment. Every jab, every kick. It's thrown with power first and purpose second. Here we see two amateur fighters training at a gym. The fighter in orange shorts has more experience. The one in olive shorts, a complete beginner. Watch this first exchange. Orange opens with a jab. It's decent. The hand comes back fast, his chin stays covered, his stance balanced. It's simple but technically sound. Now watch the return. The fighter in olive shorts throws something between a jab and an uppercut. It lands, but barely. There's no structure behind it. His feet are planted flat and the punch rises from the shoulder instead of the hip. Bad form from him, bad defense from Orange. That punch was slow enough to block or parry, but Orange didn't react fast enough. Moments later, Olive tries again, this time a looping jab. It looks strong, but he's wide open. That kind of swing might land in a gym spar, but against a trained striker, it's a knockout waiting to happen. Orange answers with a low kick. Not a terrible idea, but watch the execution. No setup, no timing, just a reaction. From that position, a teep or a mid-kick to the ribs would have been a cleaner counter. That's the beginner's curse, recognizing opportunity but not knowing how to seize it. Then comes another classic mistake. The Orange fighter claims he parried this jab, but look closely. The glove still connects. A pro would have absorbed, rolled, or redirected that shot entirely. Instead, Orange just eats it. Had this been against a seasoned striker, that's lights out. He does, however, manage to catch the lead hand and attempt a counter. But then he lets go. Another missed chance. Good instincts, poor follow-through. Olive throws with his entire body. Shoulders twisting, guard dropping, chin exposed. That's overcommitment 101. Every strike becomes an invitation to get countered. Despite the olive short fighter's sloppy form, the jab still slips clean through Orange's guard. Another clear example of weak defensive structure. His hands are there, but there's no tension, no angle. It's defense by position, not awareness. Finally, Orange starts to adapt. He controls distance with low kicks and uses small backward weaves as Olive overextends. You can see him learning in real time, reacting, reading, staying calmer. Then, a turning point. Orange fakes a right knee. Olive swings another wild jab, and this time he pays for it. The knee lands clean to the chest. Perfect timing. For once, he capitalizes instead of hesitating. From there, the spar devolves into a clinch-heavy brawl. Olive gets frustrated, commits harder to each strike, and Orange responds with basic but effective counter knees inside the clinch. You can clearly see who's slightly more experienced. Not because of strength, but because he's no longer chasing chaos. He's starting to control it. Now that we've seen how beginners trade chaos for effort, let's move up a level. Here's what happens when a fighter starts to find structure. Sharper timing, cleaner form, but still a few critical gaps. Let's watch two intermediate fighters in action. Sheldon Taylor and Imran Edelhaj. Sheldon Taylor opens with a big roundhouse, good speed, strong hip rotation. But Edelhaj, the taller southpaw, reads it perfectly and backs out just in time. Taylor quickly resets his stance, hands high, defense intact. That's the difference already. Controlled recovery. Using his reach, Edelhaj manages range with front kicks and low kicks, forcing Taylor to close distance. But Taylor keeps a tight frame, elbows tucked, shoulders rolled. No wasted motion. Then Edelhaj overcommits. He steps too far into the pocket, leaving his balance behind, and Taylor capitalizes. Quick slip, clean counter. That's the mark of an intermediate fighter, recognizing opportunity as it happens. Compare that to the beginners earlier. Taylor's jab is compact and efficient, chin tucked, body protected. He's not just throwing strikes anymore. He's layering defense inside his offense. But Edelhaj still shows the classic mid-level mistake. He lunges into his 1-2, momentum pulling him forward. Taylor sees it coming, slips left, and fires a tight hook. Perfect timing. That's real-time adaptation. Taylor continues pressing the space. Notice the right hand, crisp and direct, exploiting the open lane between orthodox and southpaw stances. It's textbook striking geometry. Both fighters power sides facing each other, and Taylor gets there first. He also mixes in leg kicks to attack Adelage's strong left leg. When Adalage catches his mid-right kick, Taylor immediately follows with a right hand. Another example of seizing the counter window without hesitation. Early in the second round, Taylor lands a solid right kick to the ribs. Good block by Adalage, knee lifted, hands reinforcing. The follow-up exchange tells the story of this level. Both men have defense, but one recovers faster. Taylor throws again, another heavy kick, another strong block. Then Adalage answers back with his left kick. Taylor sways just enough to make it miss. Notice how compact his kick defense is. Small movement, maximum control. Adalage's offense still relies on big swings. Moments later, Taylor parries a low right kick and fires a fast right hand over the top. It lands clean and Adalage drops. That's efficiency. No wasted motion, no hesitation. Near the end of the round, Taylor closes strong. A fast, clean roundhouse, perfect rotation, quick recovery. Adalage tries to answer, but his follow-up is slower, his stance unbalanced. Taylor reads it instantly and unloads. Right straight through the guard, forcing Adalage to the fence just as the bell sounds. From start to finish, Taylor's performance shows the hallmark of an intermediate fighter. Structure under pressure. Not flawless yet, but the intent is clear. He's not reacting anymore. He's constructing every exchange. Now let's see what happens when every habit, every reaction, every counter is refined to perfection. From the gym to the global stage, we're stepping into the world of professionals. Rodtang versus Superlek. Being the taller fighter, Superlek opens with his signature front kick to measure range. Notice the difference immediately. The speed of both his kick and Rodtang's parry. The movement is compact, economical, nothing wasted. Compared to the intermediates earlier, this is an entirely different class. Rodtang answers with his world-class low kick, short, explosive, and perfectly timed. Superlek sways back just in time, taking the sting out of it. That's world-class defense, quick read, minimal retreat. Then comes a clean 1-2-3 from Superlek, crisp and surgical. Rodtang doesn't block. He breathes with the rhythm, leaning back just far enough to stay safe. The right kick lands on his thigh, but the damage is controlled. Both men understand the balance between offense and absorption. Moments later, Rodtang breaks through with a brutal right hand that cracks Superlek's guard. Sometimes power speaks louder than precision, and that was pure force. Superlek recovers fast, slipping a left hook to the body and countering with a right hook of his own. Instantly, he anticipates Rodtang's retaliating elbow, raises his forearm to shield, but Rodtang still sneaks in a short, slicing right elbow through the gap. This exchange, attack, counter, counter to counter, is world-class striking condensed into mere seconds. That elbow proves costly. Superlek's forehead opens up, blood running down as Rodtang presses forward. Shocked but composed, Superlek ties him up in the clinch, and Rodtang answers with a swift leg sweep, taking him to the canvas. The awareness, even mid-clinch, is stunning. After the cut is treated, Superlek adapts. He shifts from aggression to precision, using the jab and front kick not to score, but to measure distance and control pace. His longer reach now dictates the rhythm. Rodtang, shorter and more compact, stops chasing. He waits, baits, and counters with those lightning elbows. Defense becomes offense. In the second round, Superlek maintains range discipline. He lands a powerful right kick to the thigh that drives Rodtang toward the ropes, then follows with a flying kick. Spectacular attempt, but Rodtang's guard holds firm. Superlek grows impatient, pushing forward with consecutive right knees, trying to break through the shell. It nearly backfires. Rodtang clips him with a counter and almost sends him down. But Superlek doubles down, driving multiple knees into the body and finishing with an elbow that finally drops Rodtang. Perfect sequence of persistence paying off. The fight becomes a brawl of precision and will. Early in the third, Rodtang returns the favor, tossing Superlek to the mat with another perfectly timed throw. Superlex aggression feeds Rodtang's counter instincts, and the pattern repeats, elbows slicing, sweeps landing. Despite the chaos, both remain incredibly compact. Their guards never stray far from the chin, shoulders rolled, eyes fixed. Every exchange shows layers of mastery, technique under fatigue, discipline under adrenaline rush. Yet another throw by Rodtang to capitalize on Superlex aggression. Superlex keeps pressing, chaining kicks, elbows, and knees into relentless forward pressure. Rodtang meets fire with fire, answering everything but giving no ground. It's no longer just technique, it's endurance of mind and body. When the final bell rings, the judges award a unanimous decision to Superlex, a victory built on aggression and persistence. But what this fight truly showed was the essence of the professional level, both men blending art and violence with mechanical precision. From the wild, full-body swings of beginners, to the structured control of intermediates, to the razor-edge precision of the pros. The difference isn't power, it's patience, rhythm, and the ability to stay calm between chaos. Every world-class fighter started right where you saw, missing shots over committing, learning one mistake at a time. If you learned something new today, hit that like button, subscribe for more fight breakdowns, and watch the next video on your screen, where we'll dissect another battle of technique versus instinct.